Hello, a very good day to you and thanks for joining us. My name is Kenneth Odushola Stevenson and this is Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. On today's edition of the program, we'll take you into the journey of the world of a very important conglomerate in Nigeria, Stallion Group, that is investing in several sectors of the nation's economy, from agriculture to automobile and more. Stay with Inside Business. We'll be right back. We are a progressive conglomerate playing key role in African economy, meeting people's daily mobility needs with an impressive array of global brands, here to help meet the communication needs. We create jobs, fulfill needs, help build leaders and better society. We are Stallion Group. The Stallion Group's chairman, Sunny Vaswani, a visionary leader, leading the group to a remarkable height. As chairman of the group, Mr. Vaswani has been the driving force behind the growth of Stallion Group, and he has tremendous belief in Nigeria. Mr. Vaswani's vision, coupled with his beliefs and passion, that led the groups to the successful foray into the various opportunities and diversified business investment. Stallion Group built successful legacy of almost 50 years of business leadership, a multinational presence in 18 countries, employing more than 12,000 employees with a vision to becoming Africa's leading conglomerates. Stallion Group is truly piloting indigenization and backward integration in Nigeria in several sectors of the economy.
Establishment of Stallion Group was in 1969, so we have come a long way. That we want to be a leading company in Africa because we thoroughly believe in the potential of Africa. We want to bring in the best practices from across the globe and implement them in Africa, in Nigeria. And if you look at it from that point of view, whichever sectors, whichever industries we are in, we are one of the forces to reckon with.
Each company has its own identity and is managed by their own teams who are responsible for their own operations and P&Ls. Based on the individual targets and approved budgets from a central group itself. Each one is led by their independent managing director, as you discussed here. This flexibility and this structure has been very pivotal in elevating Stallion's companies to at least the top, amongst the top players in their respective industries today.
In the agriculture and rice value chain, Stallion Group, through its subsidiary Popular Foods Limited, its household name in the nation, is promoting better utilization of local resources to foster food sufficiency. The group established a world-class integrated rice value chain to promote milling locally, bring well-beings to farmers in Nigeria, and preserving and enriching Africa's rice production. Stallion started commercial farming, deploying training centers at strategic locations, assisting farmers in the understanding of rice farming techniques, establishing collection centers across the country, and has installed 3 world-class rice mills.
The group has, from 9 years back, the chairman has decided to start investing into a dairy sector. And then we started investing into the rice mill, the first food business we started. And then we built a rice mill in Kano. Simultaneously, we built another rice mill in Lagos, and eventually 2015 we invested into another rice mill in Benue, Makurdi. If I talk about the initial years, we were finding it very difficult to source raw material because Nigeria is deficit in paddy rice production. Those were the challenges, but we took it and we invested. We started building our basic infrastructure in the backward integration, because from the very first day we thought that it's not the forward integration which is going to help us. It is the backward integration, how you are going to help the society to build that momentum so that eventually you go and buy the raw material. We have to empower the youth, women and the farming society. These are our primary stakeholders. From where we started and where we reached today is remarkable. Upper side of both the rivers, Benue and Niger, we almost extended from right to left.
Okay.
So we are present today in all those states, barring those northeast 1 or 2 states, and even we are touching upon, we are progressing towards the southern part of Nigeria. Our thumb rule was, whatever we do, it should be low cost technology. The second thing we adopted is back to basics. So we challenge the basics of agriculture. Today, you will not believe that we are working 24/7, 365 in almost 12 states. We are buying directly from the farmers on their doorstep through our aggregation centers, which are spread across 12 states. Today we are operating 16 collection centers and collection points.
Stallion ideas of low-cost, no-cost technology has brought about rice revolution in Nigeria.
We are deeply committed and deeply invested. We have close to around 450,000 tons of step rice milling capacity, and we want to grow it further to around 1.5 million tons. We have some of the best brands in the rice industry, the Tomato Rosso, the Stallion.
Rice was fairly highly imported commodity, but as we saw that it is not a good model. It has to be, the Nigeria has to become self-sufficient in growing paddy, putting investments in rice mills. We have put in huge amount of investment in setting up the milling capacities for the group.
Leading the automobile manufacturing sector, Stallion Group operates several world-class vehicle assembly facilities in Nigeria. With an impressive range of Nissan, Hyundai, Volkswagen, Ashok Leyland vehicles, Stallion Group has revolutionized Nigeria's auto industry by rolling out made-in-Nigeria passenger and commercial vehicles.
Von Automobiles is one of the group companies within the Stallion Group of companies. Stallion Group used to be a very major distributor of vehicles, but we realized after we did a strategic review that we could not sustain continuous importation for a country this large. So we decided at that point to make a strategic decision to invest in an assembly plant. So we started a backward integration in our major businesses to ensure that we could have sustainable development over time.
Stallion Group, as you see, most of the investments, what we have seen in Stallion Group, they are going into mostly in the areas which touch the people of Nigeria. And if you look at the investments what we have made, the auto assembly, though we were initially importing the cars, but then once we established that market, we immediately went back and did a backward integration and started a huge vehicle assembly plant, wherein we can assemble, say, a very high-tech like our MD of the Bond said, the fruit carriers till the passenger cars, and we also do automobile. So we want to give to the people of Nigeria what we call made in Nigeria product.
The group also has the assembly line for Kinki, Photon, Jinbei, Baik, and Chang'an vehicles, which are leading Chinese brands. Stallion Group's automobile plants are the country's first integrated automobile assembly plants with modern technology operating in line with global OEM standards.
We're able to assemble buses and trucks from the CKD state, and we're able to assemble passenger cars from a semi-knockdown state. We plan to assemble passenger cars too from the CKD state over time.
If you talk about automobile, we are number one. We have Porsche, we have Hyundai, we have Honda. The brand that you want to talk about, we are having it, and we have very good market share. We have more than 45% market share in the country today. This is one of the largest automotive assembly plant in the region.
The Stallion Automobile Group brings to life the latest range of sedans, SUVs, light and heavy-duty trucks, buses, pickups and vans. Positioned for the long-term growth, Stallion's vision of providing vehicles made in Nigeria has taken Nigeria a step closer to becoming a major car maker in the continent. Still in the automobile sales and services, Stallion Group is the leader in automobile distribution, sales, service and spare parts in the entire West African region, offering a full range of world-famous automobile brands like Nissan, Hyundai, Honda, Volkswagen, Porsche, Audi, Skoda, Baik, Jinbei, Photon.
I can say that we started automobiles somewhere around 1993, and for the last several years Stallion has been the market leader. with a very large, substantial share in the automotive business.
Yeah.
We have different categories in the passenger segment. We have the sedan cars, we have the SUV cars. Similarly, in commercial vehicles, you have 10 tons, 30 tons, 40 tons vehicles, and there are numerous application vehicles which are there in the market.
Indeed, Stallion is a key driver in meeting Africa's mobility needs. Deserving the increasing needs of mobility is the need for Stallion's ever-increasing portfolios in the automobile segment, leading to even more distributorship of more commercial vehicles from world-famous brands like Iveco, Ashok Leyland, Hyundai, and Foton. Along with distribution, Stallion also has superior infrastructure in place for sales and after-sales services, which includes workshops, body shops, and genuine spare parts inventories. Playing the leading role in the steel manufacturing sector, the Premium Steel and Mines operates a steel plant in Europe and West Africa, including one of the largest steel plants in West Africa, covering a land area of over 723 hectares. This is a fully integrated steel plant complete with raw materials preparation, iron making, steel casting, lift section, finishing mills, as well as various utilities and auxiliary units.
One of the things that we are very, very excited about right now is the investment that we will be doing in our steel plant. We took over the erstwhile Delta Steel in February of 2015. Delta Steel was the part of the NDP, the third NDP, and it was commissioned in 1982. It was one of the most important, capital investments of the government of that time. I think very well thought out. The Rajakuta plant and the Delta Steel plant was supposed to be taken care of with 8 rolling mills across the country. We took over this in 2015 from MCON, right? And we are committed to turn this plant around. We have in 3 phases. It's a 1.2 million ton plant, and it will be the plant, state-of-the-art plant, the largest of its kind in West Africa. Very well situated, very well located, with all the facilities. It has a jetty of its own. It has a 300-kilometer railway line from Takpe mines running directly at the plant head. We have a 300 kV substation. We have proximity to the iron ore. We have proximity to limestone. It will be a plant which can, really give Nigeria its first manufacturing base. A 1.2 million ton plant, and actually can go up to 2.5 million tons with more investment, can change the face of manufacturing for Nigeria.
Stallion Group, a progressive conglomerate with a diversified business presence in more than 18 countries, in sectors like agriculture and in the rice value chain, automobile manufacturing, automobile sales and services, steel manufacturing, mining, fisheries and aquaculture, plastics and polymers, petrochemicals and packaging, port operations, shipping and logistics, warehousing and distribution, fertilizers, technology. Stallion Group is dedicated towards its social responsibilities with a focus on rural and community development, healthcare, child welfare, and a sustainable environment. Stallion Group is committed to making the lives of people better by providing quality products at an affordable price. Stallion Group.
As part of its corporate social responsibility, as well as providing a world-class work environment, the Premium Steel plant has its own township comprising homes, a huge 75 beds, hospitals and schools.
We have been a part of this community for over 40 years, and in that period we have identified with the various communities where we have run our business, and it spans the whole nation. We have worked very closely, for instance, with the Nigerian Army. Right now, we're busy helping them to produce some equipment they need to pursue the war they are fighting in the Northeast. We produce collapsible toilets for them at our own research cost, just to support them and to show that we appreciate what they're doing. We have a program where we support some communities with anti-malaria drugs, mosquito nets, chemicals for fumigation to ensure that we can kill the various insects at infancy. We have other programs where we have funded a whole school in Warri near the steel plant, which is now called Premium Steel. We also are equipping and funding the whole hospital there. Additional to that, we have helped tremendously in the area of agriculture. We have trained more than 29,000 farmers in rice operations. We've trained a lot of people in fish farming, and we continue to encourage them.
In line with its corporate culture of touching lives in many more ways, Stallion is now investing in aquaculture projects across Nigeria and other African countries.
Yeah, Premium Aquaculture is a subsidiary of Stallion Group. It is fully integrated fish farming company comprising of fish hatcheries, nurseries, grow-out ponds and cages, and fish posting facility and cold rooms. And we have the largest tilapia producer in this country. We have hatcheries for both the species. As I mentioned, it's a fully integrated project. Yeah. We grow the catfish in ponds and catfish in floating cages. They are installed on river.
Stallion Group has a huge closed system fish farming producing catfish. Its commercial scale hatchery is built in capacity to meet national demands. The company has also adopted cage culture techniques for the production of tilapia fish. This project will not only bring down the importation of food, but also create job opportunities.
We have acquired almost 100 acres of farm near the site where we are doing in Abeokuta. We have acquired 100 acres of land, and we are doing a lot. We are expanding on a very fast scale. In the near future, we will be touching almost 30,000 metric tons.
All this while, as we said, we want to do a backward integration, right? There were a lot of issues. We were the largest importer of fish. Yes. Today, even we are the largest distributor of fish in the country. Yes. But that's not sustainable. We have to put our feet on the ground to find out how to do it here in Nigeria, in West Africa, to be sustainable. We are very proud to be able to contribute to the society by doing that.
In the petrochemical and packaging sector, Stallion ventured into packaging to not only meet the unit company's requirement within the Stallion Group, but also to cater to commercial requirements of external customers. The company is a world in itself with huge vertical integrated plant with a workforce of over 900 employees and manufactures bags and sacks from the raw material stages and on itself in output finished printing and laminated woven bags and sacks. The company is fully equipped with latest models of taped lines, weaving machines, glues and film lines, printing, lamination and cutting machines. It also has its own recycling plant to develop polymers. Manufacturers all over Nigeria count on Stallion reliable and secure supply of packaging solutions to back their food products, animal feeds, fertilizers, chemicals, and more. Stallion Group is also playing big in the plastic manufacturing. Stallion Plastic is one of the largest manufacturers of industrial and domestic plastic products in Nigeria. Using quality raw materials and the latest technology in molding, Stallion Plastic Products has received immense appreciation across the country. No wonder, Stallion has one of the largest range of plastic finished products, all available at competitive prices.
Stallion is synonymous with quality in plastics. We've been doing pretty good in this line. We're sourcing materials locally. We have a good support from the government. We are getting raw material from local petrochemical plants are being increased in the country. It's giving us a good support. So we're in a very good slot. We are dealing in household plastics and industrial products and plastic packaging products even. Our distributors are placed all over Nigeria. We are into exports to neighboring countries even.
We have a very state-of-the-art plant in flexible catering to the likes of Unilever, Nestle and P&G, which is doing a fantastic job there.
Indeed, if it's plastic, it has to be Stallion. Stallion fertilizers are the choice of every farmer in the country. Stallion's principal activities include the supply of premium fertilizers like urea and NPK fertilizers, educating the farmers on the best practices for farming and proper deployment of fertilizers for optimum result by being part of their growth enhancement support team, and by establishing an efficient nationwide distribution network and then warehousing system.
Two products only, rice and fertilizer. So that's why we have grown our market share. Initially the share was less. Rice also, when we went into it, we developed a various brands and various segments of rice. Before it used to be only 50 kg packing. We went into 25 kg, we went into 10 kg, we went into 5 kg, 1 kg. We find out what the market needs, what the consumer needs, and then we try to implement it.
In the warehousing and the distribution and logistics sector, Stallion offers strategically located food storage facilities in key trade gateways across the nation, with a range of warehousing options to suit the customer's core service requirement, from secure storage for highly valuable freights to ambience and temperature control sites. Stallion offers warehouses complete with highly skilled management and operational teams to successfully handle the operations of your business. Understanding and playing in the emerging technology sector worldwide, expanding on Stallion's mission of creating pioneering and innovative solutions, the group forayed into offering the latest in video conferencing, communication and professional audio-video solutions under the star name Stallion Vision Limited. Stallion Vision is a leading technology company in West Africa, covering over 8 countries, providing solutions on turnkey basis.
We are trying to educate the market. We believe we will be able to grow it to the right level in some time.
Stallion forayed into port operations, shipping, logistics.
Basic philosophy of the group is to grow big, to not think small. There are certain things which are done separately in the automotive division. Their policies on certain things can be different from what it is in the flexible division. But overall, in terms of the human resources, in terms of the performance appraisals, in terms of the corporate governance, it's done at the central level.
Nigeria has actually it has been through its rough patch in the last few years, and CBN has been very active in taking control of the Nigerian economy, and I believe CBN has done an extremely good job controlling the naira, which was devaluating, and the oil prices which had fallen down. The crude production, it has touched the highest 2.7 billion barrels per day. The reserves, which had gone depleted to almost to $26 billion in October 16, they have come back to 47.2 billion. They permitted basically to allow the banks to invest 4.1 trillion of CRR in funding single-digit loans to manufacturing and agriculture sector. It's a very big step what we have taken, and if this is implemented, it will go a long way, creating a lot more jobs.
We have, one way or the other, created a lot of ancillary businesses in the country. When you are talking about the rice mill, we have reached out to more than 30,000 farmers in the rice integration thing. When we are buying paddy from the farmers, we are teaching the farmers the right technique to grow paddy. It's a very satisfying achievement for us, right? In terms of automotive, when we talk about, we have more than 16 branches across the country, from Porsche to Nissan to Hyundai to Chang'an, and we are employing the local youth, which get a very good exposure when they work with in these sort of companies. Not only with us, but they go out with meeting these principals in Korea, in Japan, in Germany. They are trained there. They come back here, and they are getting exposed to the best in the world, creating a lot of jobs, and it helps a lot overall, I guess, to the economy. If one way or the other, we are paying back to the country.
Excellent is the continuous quest of the Stallion Group to achieve world-class standards in all aspects of its business operations: teamwork, integrity, honesty, openness and constructive communication with employees all play a key and pivotal role in the way Stallion operates.
These are basic things that need to have in order to be sustainable. No company can be around 50 years without innovation, without integrity. You can be there for 10 years. You cannot attract the best talent if you're not properly organized. We value innovation, entrepreneurship and integrity a lot, and that's the reason, you know, when these companies have grown the way they have grown, individually, single-handedly by those managing directors, because we trusted them, you know, their integrity and their innovation. That's how, you know, that's when we were talking about that how is such a loosely federated company is able to get so ahead. This is ingrained in the DNA of the company, because I believe it's not possible otherwise.
Empowerment of employees drives performance and output at Stallion. Stallion Group leverages innovative technologies, new thinking and breakthrough ideas to stay future ready. Well, what more can I say but to say congratulations to the entire team at Stallion Group of Companies, and especially as the company is almost hitting 50 years in Nigeria. We thank you again for joining us on today's edition of the program, and hopefully next week we'll bring you another exciting journey into the world of business, finance and the economy. It's been Kenneth Odushola Stevenson presenting. Thanks for watching.